This graphic shows a stark financial reality. On the left is the traditional 2024 growth team, a sales rep, an assistant, and an ops manager, costing $163,000 a year. On the right is the 2026 equivalent, powered entirely by AI agents, running for just under $14,800. We have moved past using software simply to work faster. Today, the operational model has flipped from hiring human employees to orchestrating autonomous intelligence. The math has changed entirely for high-volume repetitive work. Managing a crowded inbox or running outbound sales campaigns has reached a tipping point where digital systems execute at a fraction of the historical cost. Scaling a company in 2026 depends on the specific digital employees you choose to own your execution layers. The problem is, if you try to implement this today, you're immediately hit with market noise. There are over 60 different agentic tools claiming to run your business on autopilot. A poorly configured system breaks API loops, pollutes your CRM with bad data, and burns through your most valuable lead lists before you even notice the wasted subscription fee. When a workflow spans multiple apps and complex logic gates, a basic prompt isn't enough to prevent a failure. Reliability requires context engineering, the work of building the information architecture and governance rules that keep an autonomous agent on track. To find the right fit, we'll map these tools against your specific budget, technical skill, and required scale. Success starts by categorizing the 60-plus options by their actual role in your business, rather than their marketing promises. Let's start with the first category, the multi-role generalists. The standout platform here is Cognosys. To use this effectively, you have to centralize your work. You move your project management, documents, and app integrations into their single platform. As this matrix shows, the return on that centralization is an out-of-the-box workforce. You get multiple agents sharing a persistent memory of your business, all for under $20 a month. The trade-off is a lack of deep vertical polish. Because these agents are built to do a little bit of everything, you have to provide specific instructions and guardrails. These generalists offer a cost-effective entry point for bootstrapped solo operators who need wide functionality across their entire business. The second category focuses on orchestration, specifically for front and back office tasks. This is where tools like Lindy and Relay.app come into play. Lindy acts as your front office assistant. It handles immediate, high-touch administrative work, like autonomous email triage and preparing briefings before meetings. Relay.app operates as the back office nervous system. It connects your tools but adds human-in-the-loop checkpoints, ensuring automation pauses for your approval before updating databases. The required input is your time, weeks upfront training Lindy and configuring approvals in Relay. Looking at our matrix, the next row shows the primary trade-off, the babysitting tax. Time saved on payroll is reclaimed by hours spent auditing logs. This stack provides massive administrative leverage, but requires a mindset shift. You stop executing tasks and become the manager auditing the machine's outputs. Next, we have Category 3, the vertical specialists. These are your high-powered, single-focus agents, like Alice from 11x and Ava from Artisan. The commitment here is entirely financial. You face strict annual contracts of $3,000 to $5,000 a month, dedicated exclusively to outbound sales development. What you get is a fully autonomous pipeline. These agents source leads, write sequences, and book meetings 24/7. Our matrix highlights the trade-off: absolute rigidity. If outbound sales isn't your bottleneck, deploying these burns through capital fast. Vertical specialists exist for well-funded B2B teams that need to drive pipeline immediately. They are not built for bootstrapped founders still testing their initial ideas. Our final category covers the open-source tools. Platforms like Suna and N8N cater directly to technical operators. To run these, you take on the operational burden. You manage infrastructure yourself, setting up Docker containers, maintaining Redis databases, and plugging in your API keys. The reward is complete data sovereignty and the lowest cost per task in the industry. The completed matrix shows the catch: a steep technical barrier. If a server goes down, you become your own IT department to fix it. Open source deployment is strictly for technical founders who place ultimate control and long-term cost efficiency above the convenience of a managed platform. Before you deploy any of these systems, we need to address the reliability gap. There is a massive gap between an impressive demo and a system you can trust. The most persistent flaw across these tools is the hallucination tax. When autonomous systems fabricate data, it creates severe legal and reputational liability. Research from Stanford proves that even when using advanced retrieval augmented generation to ground the AI in real data, hallucinations remain a substantial and insidious risk. A Rand Corporation study found that 80 to 90% of AI projects fail when moving to live production, specifically because of these reliability issues. MIT Sloan researchers observed the practical reality of this. The time you reclaim from manual labor isn't purely saved. You have to redirect those hours into data governance and active oversight. AI agents replace execution. They do not replace human judgment. To operate at this level, you must build systems that mandate human checkpoints. This flowchart maps your profile to the right stack. Solo founders on a budget should use Cascade Genesis or Lindy. Well-funded B2Bs missing pipeline should consider 11x. Technical operators demanding data privacy can self-host Suna. The ceiling for your business in 2026 is no longer your headcount. It is your ability to engineer context for machines. Pick your bottleneck, accept the necessary setup time, and start delegating.